If you start so late with founding an insurance company, you cannot copy the old world.
So I listen to this. I'm scouting digital and tech trends around the world in order to bring it to you. And I've helped numerous companies to set up ecosystems of digital products and services and to increase their reach with attention hacking.
Hi guys, we are from the DIA Digital Insurance Agenda Conference in Munich. I have Johannes Becher and Dr. Stefan Knoll here.
He's a doctor as well, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Me too.
Kind of the doctor didn't make it to my card.
My doctor neither. It's history, probably that's the reason.
Three doctors talk about the future.
Three doctors talk about the future. Dr. Insurtech.
Very good.
And I think only the Germans in the audience will laugh and no international ones. So, how do you like it so far here in Munich at the DIA?
Yeah, it's a great conference. Everyone is here, like from the German or even European insurtech scene. What I personally like a lot about the DIA is that we have all these startups presenting really on stage, demoing technology. It's not just high-level talk, it's really practical applications of technology, and that's what I like best about the DIA.
Being here is very interesting for me as well, and the atmosphere shows that the insurtech business becomes much earlier an international one than the traditional insurance business. And I think in a few years we are an international community, and by the way, we will not use the German language any longer if we talk about our business.
Another point, we had a little talk before, and you are insurance and insurtech entrepreneurs from two different generations. Nevertheless, you have a lot in common, a lot of common topics. For example, when it comes to the product, the insurance product. Maybe you want to share what your philosophies and what your findings were.
All right, yeah, so from my side, I mean, we had a talk before. There is a lot of common ground regarding how the product should be structured, like not talking about an online customer journey, but more talking about the features of the product, definition of when the product pays, how do I claim the money, when do I get the money. This is all stuff where we have a lot of common ground about how the product should look like. Very easy, very transparent, customer friendly, and that's really what unites us. But also technology-wise, I've seen a couple of very interesting things at Deutsche Familienversicherung that I liked a lot, and which is quite impressive given that most, I'd say, traditional insurance companies, so meaning in this sense not founded in the last 2 or 3 years, there's few of them really going that deep into technology.
How about your product philosophy?
Well, first of all, if you start so late with founding an insurance company, you cannot copy the old world. You have to think about a new way of insurance. And the changement on the product part is key at the end. And I always say that digitalization starts with the product, and it's not a question or matter of automatization. It's a question of convenience, and convenience starts with the product. And because of this, I'm really happy that we are not alone in this new world. That although we are competitors, that there are other people, other entrepreneurs, and this is very important. That there are other entrepreneurs who think in a similar way. Although we have maybe some differences, yes, but the major guideline is similar.
Yeah, I think even though you are both very strong in the health, insurance and healthcare sector, if you divide this between you both, I think that would be quite a favorable scenario.
Yes, I think the market is big enough for both of us. Also, given that there's so many old school products being offered. I'm always a little bit hesitant to say like these comes from a different generation, because if you look at the insurance industry, Deutsche Familienversicherung is a youngster as well. Yeah, so we're talking here about a company that's not 200 years old or 50 years old. Yeah. So Getsurance is of course very young, being founded in 2016, but it's not that we are like divided by 100 years of history.
So we talked also about trends and thought about what might happen in the future, or also what you think is relevant in the next month and years for the both companies you run. What are your thoughts on that? And we talked also a little bit about the buzzword blockchain. What are your takes on that?
So you really have to divide between what is coming very long term and what we are probably going to see in 1 or 2 years. So what I sense this year already is that things are becoming more practical with many players in the insurtech scene. Last year I've sensed a lot of talk about like very high level topics. This year, at least from the traditional insurers, I hear a lot about getting things applied, bringing products online, having great customer experience and journey. For me, blockchain and AI are topics which are a little bit more long-term. We're still looking for very applicable ways of using these technologies. What I also expect, especially for next year, is that many insurtechs that have recently started developing their own products have been in the past like very shy to really touch the product itself, to touch, for example, how the claims process works. And take, for example, a Getsafe that gets a lot of claims in the liability sector now. These startups will now go a little bit further down the value chain and will look into how to handle claims better, how to handle customer support better, how to automate things which come a little bit more after sales.
Due to the fact that we announced our IPO, I think at the moment more about the next weeks and not about the near future. But besides the preparation for the IPO, we will shift the focus a little bit on the P&C insurance, a little bit more. We sell mostly health insurance products or supplementary health insurance products. I like the P&C insurance as well, and so we have to shift the focus a little bit. And if you ask me about the longer term of future, I think we must change the existing products step by step into solutions, because the next generation is, from my point of view, not interested in a single insurance product. They don't want to spend any time in studying terms and conditions and asking whether they are now insured when they enter another country and all these things. So I think insurance solution is the next step. And you asked about blockchain. At the moment, I have almost no idea how we can use blockchain, so I do not think about this.
Okay. Thank you very much. You have been already on stage with or your team has been on stage. You need to go on stage now. So thank you very much for your time. It was amazing. And
thank you very much.
Talk to you soon.
I think it's the first time that 3 doctors talk about the future.
Yes.
Hey guys, it would help us a lot if you could hit the subscribe button down there and to make us also grow here on YouTube. Thank you very much.